I think there has to be a need and a want. You know, in our portfolio, we don't focus on the quantity of companies, we focus on the quality. And a quality company is a company that will have a customer set that will buy your product or service no matter what point they are in the cycle. And if you have that, if you're supplying that need or providing that want, then you're going to have a large addressable market typically. And what you find in companies, let's say take a Facebook for example. A company like that, once they get to a critical mass, it's very hard. You get that network effect and it's very hard to break in. Like I said earlier, it's very hard to pick the winners in the space. And that's why we try to stick with the companies that are actually enabling these companies to win, because let's face it, it's very hard to understand what that consumer will really want over time. But there's going to be a lot of money spent by these big companies trying to figure that out. And if you're on the other side of that, you're getting a lot of the dollars that are being spent on the R&D and the systems to provide that capability for them. So Teradyne and Advantest, they have your phone, every electronic device, cameras, your phone, you name it, has a computer chip inside, right? 90% of those chips are tested by either Teradyne or Advantest, right? So when you think of autonomous cars, there's going to be a lot of content going to cars in terms of sensors, in terms of the radars that's required for the driving. A lot of these sensors are going to be very smart. And you think of edge computing. All these cars have to talk very quickly. You can't have any latency when you're driving, right? It's not a pleasant outcome if that happens, you know? So they need to be smart and plentiful. So what's going to happen, the complexity is going to go up and the number of chips are going to go up. And there's really only 2 companies in the world that do that. And that's Teradyne and Advantest. The other aspect, or attractive aspect of Teradyne is robotics. You think of collaborative robotics, it's growing at 50 to 60%. Teradyne has 60% market share in collaborative robotics, 6-0. So it's growing at 50 to 60%. Teradyne itself is growing faster than that because they're actually taking share of the market. And when you think about we talked earlier about solving problems. It solves a lot of issues in terms of what's happening today. A lot of the plants globally are running at full capacity. They're running full tilt. Companies are having a lot of difficulty finding good labor, and their capacity is running full tilt. What do? They need to automate. They need to replace repetitive tasks with collaborative robots. And that's what Teradyne has as well. That business will be growing 50% plus out to 2021 inside a business that's already going to benefit from this secular growth with the computer chip testing as well.